Okay, the first thing we're going to look at today is software as a service and application software and the difference between these two, because you've used both of them and you need to know what both of these terms mean for the exam. And there's advantages and disadvantages to each. So I'm very quickly going to say what they are, and then you're going to explore some slides in the PowerPoint to look at the advantages and disadvantages. Okay, application software. That's the software you're quite familiar with already, probably, where you purchase the software. You might buy a DVD or you might download it off a website, but you make a payment and you install it on your computer, or you might even get it for free, and we'll talk about that later. But either way, you install the software on your device. That's what makes it application software. It's the fact that it's actually putting files on your computer. And I'll just show you what that looks like. When I've installed at Microsoft Office at home, I've actually ended up with files on my computer. So if I go into my files here and go into program files, all of the applications on my computer have files on here that they've installed. And if I scroll down, here's Microsoft Office, and I can go in and see those files, but I can also see how much space they take up on my computer. So they're actually taking up 3.8 megabytes of space on my computer. There's probably other files on my computer for Microsoft Office as well, and basically it's taking up space on my computer, but it's installed. I can go to my programs, let's have a look, and I can find those applications on my actual computer on this device. I've put them on this actual device, and they're not on any of the other devices in my house unless I go and install them there as well. They've just been installed on this computer. So application software is what I use at home for these different bits of software I've installed here, and we use it at school a lot as well and share it with you on the network. So that's one way of having software, and it's quite a traditional way of getting software. Now I'm just going to show you what that looks like when you actually go to buy it online. So say I wanted to buy Microsoft Office, I might do a search for that, and I would end up looking at a site like this, and I could pay for this online. And this one here, I would get a download, which means once I'd made my payment, I'd get a code or a button I could click, and I'd be able to download the files to my computer and it would install it. Or I might pay for something like this, where I actually would make my payment, put my address in, and they would send me the DVD through the post, and then I would put it into my computer and install it. So there's all sorts of ways you can buy, that you can buy the software. But basically I'd either get a disc, a DVD, or I'd download the files and install it on my computer. So that's one way of purchasing software. And all sorts of software can be bought that way. That's probably something you're familiar with. The other way of buying software is to access software as a service or hosted software. Okay, this is where the software is available over the internet and you use a web browser to get to the software. You'd pay a subscription every month, or you might even get it for free, and you don't install it on your device. It's installed or hosted somewhere else by the company who provide that software to you. So you don't have to worry about installing any files. You just need an internet connection, and then you get onto your software through a web browser. Let's have a look at how you would buy something like that. So again, Microsoft Office, you can get it this way. It's called Office 365. This is quite a new thing, and it says here your Office can be anywhere, because once you've purchased Office 365 you can use it on all your different devices. You just pay a monthly amount, and then you can log on via your tablet or your phone or your laptop, and you can get to all the different Office programs, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, but you do it all through a web browser. So they're not going to appear on your computer like this. You wouldn't see anything like that. Instead, you would just go through your web browser. Another very popular one is called Adobe Creative Cloud. Okay, and that's very, very popular with web designers and graphic designers. Lots of businesses would pay for this, and also people who work for themselves. And the Creative Cloud is a monthly subscription, and you can pay just for one bit of software, or you can pay for all sorts of bits of software. And I'll show you that now, if I can. It's being a bit slow. So basically you can pay a monthly amount and get whatever bits of software you want to. If I scroll down here, you could pay an individual subscription or a photographer subscription. That's cheaper, £8.57, because it just gives you certain tools that you need. All sorts of different packages here that you could buy, but you pay a monthly amount and you get to your software through the web browser. So there's different ways of buying software. We've looked at software as a service, where it's through your web browser and you pay a monthly subscription, or you get it for free but you actually don't install anything on your computer. And we've looked at application software, where it's installed on your device. One more example of software as a service that we've looked at, where it's not in your computer and you go for your web browser, is Google Drive. We looked at this as a class. So this is my Google Drive account. I just log into Google and go straight over here and click on Drive. And I can see all the files I've got here, but more importantly for today's lesson, if I go up to New, I can get to Docs, which is like a Word document, Sheets, which is like a spreadsheet, or is a spreadsheet, and Google Slides is just like PowerPoint, it's presentations. If I go into that, I can start making a presentation, and we've looked at the fact you can save the files on here before, but what we're focusing on today is that the actual software is on here. This is the software with all the tools. It's actually online. It's not on my computer. It's hosted or saved somewhere completely different, and I'm just getting to it through my web browser. So as long as I can get online, I can get onto Google Drive and I can do my work on this presentation. Okay, so hopefully now you've got an idea of the difference between the two bits of software. What I'd like you to do now is have a go at the next couple of tasks. You're going to match up the advantages of the two different types of software by dragging the boxes, and then the disadvantages, and then keep on working through the presentation.